Hi, this is Bird from Birds SVGs, and in this video we'll be putting together the heart-shaped gift bag, and that's from the Love Birds SVG collection. And we've got the lovebirds that we've got on the front of our gift bag are actually doves. So this gift bag would be great for many occasions, but it would be especially great for weddings or any kind of love theme event. So I'm putting just attaching the two side pieces together. So you've got one piece that's got the tabs on, and then the other piece that doesn't have the tabs. That's where I'm adding the glue onto the back of that piece. And it just kind of goes inside. So it gives you a double layer to the base of your bag. So it's almost full length of the piece that's got the tabs on, but it's just inside, so it doesn't foul the tabs at all. But all of a sudden we've already got a double layer to the base of our bag, which will add some strength. So we're going to take one of our side pieces and we're going to add some glue to the long tab. We're going to make sure that we've got that in place and that it's right on the score line. And then we can get going with popping our sides into place, because that's our base all nice and anchored. So what I'm doing is I'm folding over all of the teeth, and then especially on the first side, I'm going to be adding glue to approximately 3 teeth per time. And this is kind of a double-handed process. So I'm pushing down on the teeth that have got glue on with my right hand. So I'm pushing down, but then with my left hand, I'm making sure that the side panels they kind of follow the edge of the front of my bag, or the front or back, whatever this ends up being. So if the edge of the side panel of the bag is kind of going a bit skew-if, I might push it back in a bit with my left hand, and then I'm pushing down with my right hand onto the tabs to make sure that they hold. So you keep going, adding glue to a few tabs at a time, and I'm sure you'll be surprised at how easily this bag goes together. It really is pretty quick, but very easy to put together. And that's one side done. So on the other side, we're going to follow the same process. So we're going to fold all of our teeth. So we're going to fold all our teeth up, so they're out the way. And then again, I'm going to add glue to 3 of my teeth at a time. So I'm kind of pushing inwards on my right hand, and this time I'm pushing downwards on my left hand. So I'm just putting some pressure on the little teeth, and so the glue takes hold, and then I'm just guiding it towards the edge of the front or back panel with my right hand, just making sure that I'm happy with the placement. So I'm going to keep going, another few teeth. Push down with my left hand, and then if I need to, I'll just adjust it, push it back in with my right hand if it kind of goes too far off path. And once I've got these this front panel in place and I flip the bag over, I can add glue to many more teeth then. I think on one side I was doing about 5 at a time, and on the other side I ended up doing about 7 at a time, I think. Because once you've got one side in place, the other side, the sides are already kind of in the right form, so it's much easier to go together. But I must say, this is a quick project, really. Okay, so we just need to do our second panel now. So again, we'll add some glue to the long tab along the bottom. And then once we've got that glued into place, it's nice and secure, ready for us to do our sides. So we're going to bend over the teeth on both sides so they don't get in the way. Now it is trickier for you to see on this side what I'm doing, but I'm going to try my best to kind of show you as I go along what I'm doing. So on this first side, I tried putting it together there, but I did find that it was much easier to flip it over because you can push down against your desk. So I'm just guiding the outside of the side there with my left hand and pushing down on the tabs of with my right hand that's on the inside. And because I'm adding glue to about 5 teeth at a time now, it goes together in about 4 goes. So this piece of footage is about double speed. So you can tell if it took twice as long as this to put together, it is actually quite a speedy project for what I think is quite an effective gift bag. I think if you were to give somebody a gift in the gift bag, they would almost feel like the gift bag itself was kind of part of the gift. I'm sure I would want to keep it, you know, to use as storage. Okay, on the second side, I'm adding a lot more. I was a lot more confident by this point, so I was adding more glue to this side. Again, I'm just trying to make sure that it stays on the right path with the edge of the front panel of my bag, to form that nice curve that it's got there on the sides. And now, yep, did all of those last ones. I was being brave. They still went into place, no problem whatsoever. Okay, so you want to fold along these top, you've got a score line there, but I would suggest leaving it right to the end at this point. And then what you want to do is you want to add a little bit of glue. And then just press that into place. And what that's doing is it's strengthening the area where you're going to be adding your ribbon. And it's a nice firm kind of edge to the top sides of your bag as well. Once you're happy that those are glued and held, we're going to be adding the insert to our bag. So we've got 2 pieces for the front and back panels, and this not only adds some more strength to your bag, but it covers up all of the tabs. So I'm just bending it a little bit just to pop it inside, and then it just flips open right into place. And then I'm just putting my hands in, just adding a little bit of pressure, and then I'll pop it over and do the next side. So I just curved it just a little bit to get it inside. And then I'll put my hands in and just smooth it into place. Just add a little bit of pressure, just to help the glue to take hold. And there, all the tabs are covered up, and it's just as nice and neat on the inside as it is on the outside. Okay, so we've got these embellishment pieces for the front of our bag. If you'd like your bag to be double-sided, of course, you could cut those pieces out twice and do it on the other side as well. Okay, so I have got a little pink heart that I've shaded the edges of, and I'm just going to pop that into place in between my 2 doves, so it looks like they're both carrying this heart. Now I'm just going to set that side aside to dry, just while I put my overlay into place. Now, what I would recommend with this is that you add dots to this, because I kind of designed it with the idea of it being almost like, you know, you have the kind of pincushion effect, you know, the cushions or the headboards that have the kind of studded effects to them. I kind of had that in mind when I designed it. So if you add a dot of glue to each of those kind of crossover points, and then add a perimeter of glue around the edge. It doesn't really matter if you've got a precision tip or not, you should be okay to do that with any kind of glue bottle. And then I've put it into place on the front, and then I've just put one hand on the inside and one hand on the outside, and I'm just kind of smushing it and, you know, just adding some pressure from both sides and making sure that that's seated well. Now I'm adding some 3D foam pads to the reverse of my my doves here. Now you could attach this directly onto the front of your bag. I thought it'd be nice to have a little bit of dimension, so I've added some 3D foam pads onto the back of them. And yeah, I always add tons of them, but don't think you've got to add as many as I do. And then I want to, you kind of got a little bit of wiggle room for how high you want your doves to be up on your bag. I'm just adding some pressure from the inside of my bag. And then what you'll see in my sample is that I went ahead and I added some 6mm flat back pearls to each of those crossover points, which I thought would add a little bit more to that kind of love theme, wedding-y kind of theme. So if that's something that you decide to do, I hope any recipient really enjoys receiving this gift bag.